Yes, so at the end of last season, really, or since the start of the year, we carried out an extensive review of what we felt we could improve upon our performance program. So there was or not quite, there was an extensive changes that were made when we decided on what the final model would look like. We spent some time looking at some European models, the best models in this country, and came to the conclusion that we needed more contact time with the players if we're going to be really successful. We naturally then needed to ensure that we improve the quality of our coaching staff and their commitment to improving their knowledge and expertise, and went about implementing it from the start of the summer. So the first move was to appoint a technical director, which we did so with Paul Douglas, Dougie, who got to work straight away and has been really instrumental in helping us drive that program forward. We've moved the players to 3 contact sessions a week, so that's 3 practice sessions, but also they have access to a sports psychologist, a performance analysis, and a strength and conditioning coach. So we try to put the wraparound performance staff in place to support the head coaches in preparation for the season. And the early signs now, as where are we, a month and a half probably into the season, have been really, really positive. We've seen with our older ages, our under 18 Premier boys and girls are competing within their respective divisions really well. Our under 18 conference team are unbeaten as we stand. The 16 Premier team have been a leading light, unbeaten, and through to the last 16 in the National Cup as well. Look like a really strong group. Under 16 conference team had a really strong start, as have our under 16 girls. 12s and 14s, loads and loads of promise in those groups. Their seasons are just starting at this point, really. So the early signs are good. We know it's very early. We know the work is continual, and we'll keep on pushing that forward as hard as we can. As our aspirations for the junior program are very high, and we feel if the right work goes in over the next 2 to 3 years, we can be really excited by what's going to come out at the other end. Our summer camp this year was our biggest, probably most successful camp we've ever run, with so many coaches from across Europe and players as well, including an Erasmus inclusion project that took place at the same time. So we had over 170 people on site at Bromsgrove School for the summer camp, which was just an amazing experience for everybody that was involved. The great thing for us was that it enabled our kids to interact with kids, as I said, from across the continent, and our coaching staff as well, to learn and work with other phenomenal coaches. The other thing for us there was the contacts that we've made now across the continent with some of these coaches and countries. So on the back of that, we've been back to Bulgaria with a group as part of the Erasmus project. We've very recently had a number of girls gone on an exchange program to Lyon. Both really life-enriching experiences. So that area of the clubs, the organisation, is really something that people don't really see on a day-to-day basis, but has been transformational for some of the children that were involved in that. Our schools program's grown immensely. So we're now delivering around 45 hours a week in primary and secondary schools across the city, with a waiting list of another 10 schools that at the moment we're in need of good quality community coaches to go and deliver. So really positive work going on in that area. Our Community Grow the Game programme is on expanding, so we're going to see from January 3 or 4 more satellite centres running across the city. So we're really excited about where that will go. So the amount of kids we're getting to is bigger, the amount of coaches that are working with us is bigger. And we're seeing the whole organisation grow on and off the court at the moment. We're really grateful to the partners and sponsors that have helped us over the last 12 months reach the current stage that the club are at in our growth. We know we're going to need more partners, more support moving forward to reach some of the aspirations that the club have. There's certainly various levels, so that can start at really small amounts with player sponsorships through to larger program sponsorships or partnerships. But we're always open to working with organisations that are like-minded to help us, I guess, impact people's lives through basketball in a positive way. So if you are interested in joining us on our journey forward in any way, then please do feel free to get in touch.